So you're a new parent, and you're probably noticing your tiny newborn does a lot of yawning. Like, a lot. And you're wondering, what's that all about? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into.
Okay, let's just get right to it. The big question that's probably on your mind and the reason you're here. Is all this yawning from my newborn actually normal?
And I'm not going to make you wait for the answer. The short answer is yes, absolutely. In almost every single case, your newborn's yawning is totally normal. It's actually a sign that their little body and brain are developing just the way they should. So let's all just take a nice deep breath.
All right, so we've got the big, is it normal question out of the way. Now for the fun part, the why. Because, understanding the science behind it, that's where the real confidence comes from. We're going to look at what's going on inside that amazing developing brain of theirs.
So what is a newborn yawn really? Well, let's put a definition on it. It's not just your baby being tired like we are. It's actually what's called a normal neurological behavior. Now that's just a fancy way of saying it's a built-in reflex, something they're born with that's helping to get their brand new nervous system all wired up and ready to go.
And here's what's so cool about it. That little yawn is doing a ton of work. It's a developmental multitasker. Scientists think it's helping them regulate their breathing, making sure their oxygen levels are just right, and even helping different parts of the brain talk to each other. But maybe the biggest job it has, helping your baby switch between all those different stages of sleep.
And that right there helps explain why it feels like they are yawning constantly. I mean, think about it. A typical newborn sleep cycle is only about 40 to 50 minutes long. That's it. So they're constantly going from deep sleep to light sleep to kind of waking up, and every single one of those little transitions can trigger a yawn. No wonder we see it so much.
Okay, so that's the science. Pretty neat, right? But how do we actually use this information? Well, this is where it gets super practical. Let's start looking at that yawn as a message, as one of your baby's very first ways of communicating with you.
This is the classic dilemma for so many new parents. Is my baby tired or hungry? It can be so confusing. Well, a yawn puts you firmly in the sleepy camp. It's a clear signal for sleepiness and relaxation. Those hunger cues, they look totally different. Think rooting around for something to eat, making those little sucking motions, or just getting kind of fussy and restless. A yawn usually brings its friends along for the ride. It's often part of a whole sleepy time package. So be on the lookout for other signs too. Are their movements getting a little slower? Are they looking away from you, breaking eye contact? Maybe they get fussy for just a minute or start rubbing their little face against your shoulder. All of those things together are basically your baby saying, hey, I'm getting really tired over here.
So, you see the yawn and its sleepy friends? What do? It's actually a really simple little routine. Step 1, just notice it. Acknowledge the cue. Step 2, start to bring things down a notch. Dim the lights, lower your voice, just reduce the stimulation. And step 3, start whatever your settling for sleep routine is. Seriously, catching these early signs is a total game changer for making nap time go way smoother.
All right, so you've got this down now, but here's a little heads up. This yawning thing is going to change. It evolves right along with your baby. So let's just peek ahead at what you can expect over those first 3 crucial months.
You can really see a story unfold here. In those first couple of weeks, it's going to feel pretty random. Lots of yawning, no real pattern. But then, somewhere around weeks 3 to 6, you'll start to see it become a bit more predictable as sleep patterns organize. Then, the magic really happens between 6 and 12 weeks. Their internal body clock starts to kick in, and that yawn becomes a super reliable signal that they're tired. After that, it starts to look a lot more like the yawning we see in older babies.
Okay, let's talk about the thing that might still be in the back of your mind, the worry part. Even though we know it's almost always totally fine, it's always smart to know what to look for, just in case. So let's walk through this, calmly and clearly.
And let me just say this as clearly as I possibly can. A yawn all by itself is not a medical concern. I'm going to repeat that. A yawn alone is not something to worry about. It's just a normal, expected part of being a newborn.
The time to pick up the phone and call your doctor is if you see that yawning is consistently happening alongside other things. We're talking about a pattern. If the yawning is paired with things like your baby not wanting to eat, being really floppy and lethargic, having any trouble breathing, or having a bluish look to their lips or skin, those are the signs to pay attention to. Again, this is super rare, but it's important to know so you can feel prepared.
So, let's wrap all this up. What's the big takeaway here? Learning about why your baby yawns isn't just cool science, it's a tool. It's a tool to help you feel way less anxious and way more confident. It's all about trusting this incredible process your baby is going through, and just as importantly, trusting your own gut as a parent. And just to make sure this all sticks, let's do a super quick Q&A. Do newborns yawn more than us? Yep, all because of those super short sleep cycles. Does it mean they're not getting enough oxygen? Nope, it's a normal brain thing. And the big one, should you wake up a yawning baby? No way! That's their signal that they're trying to go to sleep.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Listen to what the pediatric experts say. This quote really sums it all up perfectly. Yawning is all about sleep-wake transition and neurological adjustment. It rarely indicates a problem when your baby is otherwise eating, growing, and acting like a happy little baby.
So there you have it. That tiny little yawn is so much more than you thought, isn't it? It's a peek into their developing brain, it's a sleep cue, and it's proof that their little body is working exactly as it should. It's one of the first ways your baby is talking to you. So I'll leave you with this question. Now that you've totally cracked the code on the yawn, what other amazing cues are you going to discover?